As AI becomes increasingly useful for sales, consider using this 1-3-5 approach for implementing it in your sales career. This video is for people who are not familiar or comfortable with sales and would like a fundamental understanding of what it is and how artificial intelligence is impacting it. Sales is simple, but it's not easy. And in this video, we will look at the 1-3-5 approach. There are two ways to sell: commodity selling and value-added selling. In commodity selling, we sell on price, and we have the lowest price, which probably means we have the lowest service level, as well as the lowest quality and the fewest features. After all, we get what we pay for. We also generate low customer expectations, wind up with the lowest profit, and with probably the worst image in the marketplace. But that's just the way it is when we sell on price. In value-added selling, we can have a higher price point, which means we can deliver better service. We can put more quality into our products and services. We can deliver more features and benefits. However, it usually results in a lower overall cost for the buyer. While the price is higher, the cost is lower, and that's the heart of value-added selling. It requires a more professional and complex sales strategy and sales tactics. Customer expectations are going to be higher, and of course, the profit is going to be higher for the organization as well. So in commodity selling, it's easier. However, in value-added selling, it's most rewarding for the organization and the sales professional. We feel better about ourselves because we are selling a better product or service. Then there are the phases of each. In commodity selling, there's only one phase: show up. If you have the lowest price, you're an order taker. People are going to migrate to that when they don't want features, benefits, quality, service. They're only buying on price. In value-added selling, there are actually three phases. The first is pre-call planning, preparing for the sales call. The second is call execution, what actually happens when we're in front of the buyer. And then post-call critique. We review what happened and see how we can do it better, faster, and at a lower cost next time. Let's drill down into this a little more. We're going to build on Chuckism number 5. The principle is the person at the table who knows the most about the other person wins. The person at the table who knows the most about the other individual wins. Also in this video, we'll use X-selling and the power of 3. X-selling is a process that helps buyers sell themselves, and the power of 3 is a tool that helps uncover new alternatives. There is one deep, dark question that has to be answered. Only one question. Remember, this is the 1-3-5 approach. The one question is, why is it in their best interest they do what we want them to do? Whether you're selling a product or service, whether you're selling an idea upstream, whether you want to convince someone to help you do something, why is it in their best interest they do what we want them to do? It's a deep, dark question because as the seller, we rarely know the answer to that question. We need to uncover it. And in many circumstances, the buyer doesn't know the answer to the question. They know their desired outcome, but they don't really know how they're going to get there, which is why we're going to help. So there are the three phases. Pre-call planning is the first activity seasoned salespeople abandon. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Preparing for the sales call. We've been selling for so long, we go out and wing it. The second phase is call execution, what actually occurs once we are in front of the buyer. And then there's post-call critique. Here's a Chuckism that you might want to consider. Every time we make a sales call, we make 3. The one we planned, the one we executed, and the one we wish we had done when the call is over. This is just the nature of sales. So looking closer at the 3 phases, we see that they're actually cyclical One leads to the other, which leads to the other, and leads right back to the beginning. We want to continuously improve what we are doing in sales. Then there are 5 principles that are implemented in each of the phases. It's part of plush selling, P-L-U-S-N-H. The P is positioning. Who are we talking to? And artificial intelligence can help us with that. The L is listening, coming up with appropriate questions and using them wisely. AI can help with that. Unique is our differentiation, and AI can help us with that. And S is the solution to the problem. You've heard of solution selling. AI can help with that. The H is helping, going the extra mile, and AI can help with that. So in our pre-call planning, we work through each of these 5, which means we can use the same 5 when we're making the sales call and when we're critiquing the call. And this is how we create continuous quality improvement in sales. We continually do these things over and over again. So let's combine the 3 phases and the 5 principles. In pre-call planning, we want to think about who we're going to be talking to, how we are positioned with this particular client or this individual or this company, and then who else could be involved on their side of the table. In call execution, we're looking at their behavioral style. We now know who they are. We want to look at how they want to be communicated with. In pre-call planning, we develop in-depth questions for our listening. And then when we're in front of the customer, we begin with the opening question. The opening question cannot have anything to do with our product, service, company, or self. It must be something about the buyer that the buyer has never heard before. Which of your differentiations do you think will work best with this particular buyer? And then be able to explain how it will benefit them. Be as specific as possible. Qualify and quantify if you can. In pre-call planning, we learn what the likely problems are this buyer is going to be facing. AI can help us with that, so that when we're executing the call, we can validate them, qualify them, and quantify them. Find a valuable gift for the buyer in your pre-call planning. This could be an article you found online. It could be a video. It could be a link to something else. AI can help you find that. And then make it a non-event when you give it to the potential buyer. Instead of saying, hey, here is something I found for you, instead say, here's something that I found that I thought might help you. Now we want to look at phase 3, post-call critique. We're looking at the success meter here. Did we make the sale? On the low end, we find things that we will never do again, and we still learn those things no matter how long we've been in sales. Then we find areas where we almost blew it, but we corrected ourselves. Well, the good thing is we identified it while we were making the call, and we corrected it. Midway, it's not bad, but I didn't close the sale. Maybe we closed the sale, but we know we could have done better. And the win is when I need to know what I did right so that I can do it again. I can replicate it. I can do it again next time. So in phase 3, if I was your coach, I would be asking questions like this. And these are questions you can use when you're coaching someone, coaching yourself, or being coached. Was I positioned with the right person? And who else could have been involved on the buyer's side? What was my opening question, and how could I improve that? What did I learn on this call? The less I learned, the fewer questions I was asking. That's important. Were you able to qualify and quantify your differentiation in terms that were meaningful to the potential buyer? How did they qualify and quantify the cost of their problem? Did we give them an opportunity to do that? Then how did you go the extra mile? In summary, it's like this. AI is a tool that can be as destructive as it is constructive, and it's one that can assist you in all phases. It can assist you with all 5 principles. It can alert you to new concepts for sales. There is always more to learn about sales, and every time you learn, teach others.